Hey, hey, hey! What's up, everybody? Let's check out the audio, make sure we're live. Waiting for the replay to show up. And waiting for the replay. And we're good. Okay, we can pause that replay. Let's turn on some music. Because today, got some interesting stuff going on. We're working on Battleship. It's going to be fun. Let's do... You know what? Okay, we got some Minecraft Dungeon soundtrack. Let's do some of this. Let's do the Chinese mythology. Why not? All right. So I'm currently here in my trying to build up a 3D printer. This is going to it's probably going to take a while to actually print. And once it's done, it will be the world's largest 3D print to date, as far as I know. So, yeah, that's exciting. Let's see. So there's a lot of planning that's gonna go into this. Let's see. So, let's see how to do this. We gotta do this is basically the step of doing copy paste over and over and over and over and over. So let's see. It's all about just trying to find regions that we actually can copy. And I think this will do sufficiently. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Try this. Okay, so there should be 30 blocks in between. Okay, so let's clip this, make sure we don't accidentally trigger anything. And let's make sure we actually get full coverage with redstone blocks placed here. Okay, so that one triggers that one. Still triggering that one. Not triggering that one, but triggering this one. Good. Okay. Excellent. All according to plan. This is gonna be a fun one. It's something very recognizable too. So it's not even Minecraft specific. So kind of an insane project. Spoilers, I'm 3D printing the bad apple sequence. Yes, the whole thing. Kind of absurd when you put it that way, but I'm no stranger to absurd things. Y'all know that. Those of you who are veterans on the channel, or who know me for any amount of time, y'all know I'm no stranger to doing absurd things just because. Okay. 1070. We got 1070. That goes to there. And then to 1071. There we go. Okay, so I gotta figure out how to actually do this kind of gaming on split screen, just because otherwise I just straight up can't see the chat. Unfortunately, I don't have my second monitor currently available, so this is the best we got. That way I can see all of y'all's messages. All of 0 of you, unfortunately. That's fine. Okay, cool. We've reached the end. And now if we run all the way back to here. So this thing's going to have 1,749 slices, which is certainly the largest 3D print I've ever made. And as far as I can tell, the largest 3D, by volume, the largest 3D print that anybody's ever done. So this will be fun. Okay. So lining up to this, we need to zip out to 1,749 blocks away, cutting off at this point. Okay, which means everything beyond here needs to go away. Oh, but it can't actually. This repeater is important, so that needs to stay. This can go. Teehee. Okay. There we go, and kablam, and kablam. Yay. Okay, so that's part one, part uno. And then the other part is on the other side of this redstone block mayhem here. And that's what we gotta do next, is the other part. Alright, zoom in all the way back. Okay, so this part involves instant repeaters here. Whoop. Need to fall there, which unfortunately does intersect with these gold blocks. Crap. Not gonna be quite as easy as I was hoping, but that's okay. That's okay. 31, 13, 200. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, right. Need to go up to 15. There we go. Right. Okay. So we need to put an instant repeater here, just to make sure we don't lose the signal. Do that, and do that. Okay. And this is just a 3-block thing. Yeah, okay. Good, at least we're consistent. Okay, so in that case... Okay, so looks like we need to do 32, 13, 200 up to here. 31, 15, 229. Nope. That was incorrect. Let's not do that. Sorry. Okay, let's try this. 200 over to here. And let's go up to this point here. See if this does the trick. Okay, so this is not functional, but this should be. Okay, let's try this. It's promising. Hey, okay. So this works. That does not. Okay, presumably if we do this, yep, okay, cool. So then we go back up to 287, up to 288. Yeah. Okay, that's how we do it. And we basically go all the way out to render distance as far as we possibly can, and then we do a copy paste over and over. There we go. Okay. And now we start doing a bit of an inchworm. So we've got 635 to 636. You know what? 635. $636. Okay. Nope. Nope. That. Yeah, I think this will be much easier to work with. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. Get as much range as we possibly can. That way we go... Ooh, nice round number. Up to... 1099, I assume? Yep. Okay. Nice. Clone that all the way out to here. That takes us to here. And then 1563 to 1564. Okay, distance 1563 all the way to 1564. Hey, there we go. All right. Sweet. It worked. Okay. 32, 13, 17, 38. And we remove this part. Ooh. /clone is a fun command. Lets you make big long chains like this, which is pretty useful. Okay, so I think that's... Nope, we still need the connecting redstone. Okay. Okay, so we gotta go back to here. And now we're gonna go through all that extra effort just for one single piece of redstone dust. Because I didn't feel like /cloning a bunch of other stuff and then fixing the line above it. Okay. So we go back to here. Nope, not that far back. Back to here. 14, 27. Okay. Nope. Let's not clone that gold block. Okay, so where do the cuts start showing up? Right here. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. Hey, there we go. Perfectly lined up. How beautiful is that? Okay. And we got another cut right there. So let's patch that up. All right. Okay. 548 to 540 to 549. All right. Sweet. Ooh. I'm going 500 at a time with this one. I think that's the max we can do. So, let's see. Now we got to do the inchworm. 1070 to 1071. Doop-a-doop. And ba-dam. Cool. Over to here. And we got here. Alright. Now the inchworm. 592 to 1593. Oh. Hey, we got some stragglers. Okay. Cool. 1766. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Wow, that extended really far. That might be the furthest that we've overshot thus far. Dang. Okay, cool. So that's this bottom part now officially complete. So that's basically the stuff that's gonna operate the actual the big ice machine. Basically, the thing that will one of them will send the machine off. One of them will detect when the machine finishes its movement. One of them will. This one here basically pulls back the row and makes it actually places the row into the grid, into the printing bed. And this part here detects when the row is complete. So yeah, quite a lot. Alright, so let's see. I did promise y'all some Battleship, so let's get to work on that. Okay, still streaming. We're still good. Alright, turning that off. Let's hop into the card game hub and let's build some Battleship. Yeah, 1,749 slices. An absolutely absurd amount. That is truly obnoxious. But I think it's doable. Might take a couple months to print, but I think we can do it. And the video that comes out of it is going to be pretty awesome. Because it's basically going to be printing out each frame of the Bad Apple sequence. Just one after the other. So, it's going to be basically doing 8 frames per second, which is going to be a little bit low resolution, but that's fine. Bad Apple is kind of recognizable no matter what you do with it. So, yeah, get that going on. Is that a notification I see? Alright, let's make it back up. So, let's see. So here's... Battleship is going to be designed to be played with anywhere between 2 and 4 players. So, yeah, multiplayer Battleship. Should be interesting. So, I have the ship models, and I have the card models. Not really cards, they're tokens. Tokens to rotate the ship and to place a ship. Basically, I have all the textures. So right now, I think what we should do is focus on the start of the game. Everybody is given their ships, and they're allowed to place those ships wherever they want. I think that is the key thing to work on right now. So what I currently have is placing the boards, basically, yeah. Yeah, so this will place all the interactions to actually place stuff on the boards. So now we got to work on the actual start of the game. And when we activate the begin round, it should just give, "Hey, CJ, what's up? We're working on Battleship." What's new with you, CJ? I saw you got the finale of the Minecraft Complete series, which is seriously awesome. I haven't had a chance to watch it. Sorry, but you got the how did we? I saw your messages when you actually got the how did we get here achievement. So that is seriously cool. All right. Battleship. So this, let me just give a full screen view. So this is the arena. This is where everybody will be playing. Everybody's boards will be played out over here, and this up here is the spectator area. So boop, right up there, and spectators are going to be able to see where your ships are. So the way the gameplay is going to work is, when it's your turn, everybody else's ships are going to are gonna, everybody else's boards are gonna be revealed to you. They're gonna be revealed in the context of what's been hit and what's been missed. So everybody can see what you tried to shoot, because that's just how the game works. You're announcing it. You're announcing that to the world anyway, so might as well just be public. And you in the middle here, you can go, oh, I feel like attacking this square. At which point, once you do that, the board will jump back, and it'll announce hit or miss. So, yeah, that's the plan. And that's the hope. Hopefully it all works out. So, yeah. At the start of the game, you will be in your room. You'll be given the ships to place down, and you're gonna be right-clicking to place it, and then you'll be given tokens like this. Should be 1921. Nope. 1911. Nope. I said 1911. There we go. So that's placing the ships, that's erasing the ship, and that's rotate the ship. So you'll get 3 tokens, one to confirm that you have all of your ships placed. This one's going to basically erase the last ship that you modified. But you can actually use this X to just right-click the square, right-click any square that the ship is on, and that'll just erase it. And then the rotate, you click the actual ship to rotate it. So, figured, why not? Figured it'd be a cool ship, a cool situation. Have to upload it later on purpose. Yay! Season 1! Booyah! That's awesome. Okay. Why do I still have the... This. This is completely unnecessary. Okay. Cool. So, let's see. Today, what can we do? Let's see. Let's see if we can figure out how to rotate ships. So, here's the idea. So in the game activation, we have a boat ID. So it's going to have, so the tens place is going to determine what player it belongs to. Ooh. Version came with cards. Ooh, okay. Huh. So there are actually variants of Battleship. So, yeah, I sent the models, the ship models to I sent the ship models off to various Discord servers, and people kept asking, like, what edition is this? What timeline is this taking place in? And I'm just, here I am just going, it's Battleship. The Battleship timeline. Like, there's variants? What? This is... I hope this isn't going to run into a Sudoku situation where it's, that's actually one thing that really killed Sudoku, was, I thought it would be simple. You just throw some random numbers on the board as your clues and roll with it. Turns out it very much is not. That's not at all how Sudoku works. And even generating a puzzle is very difficult. So that was complicated. And then, honestly, the other part's on me, the fact that the user interface was just stupid. Like, it is the world's worst interface, both to program with and to play with. So, that part's on me, but honestly, Sudoku just got complicated. So, yeah. That's what killed Sudoku. I hope that doesn't happen with Battleship. Because the more I learn about it, the more it's making things complicated and making me kind of nervous. Yeah, that's what I thought too. It was just, a battle between ships. But okay, your version came with cards. What? There's cards? Okay. So some variations on Battleship that I have seen and ones that I have implemented. So, first off, announce which ship was hit when you hit a ship versus don't announce it. And then also announce when a ship is sunk versus don't announce when the ship is actually sunk. And lastly, attack radius. It tends to maximum because it covers the whole board. Basically, the idea with that is if your ship is here, then with an attack radius of, let's say, 2, you are only allowed to attack this area. I need to actually draw it properly. So, let's say you had like a 3 ship there. You can attack any of these squares, but that's it. That's 2. That's 3. I can count. I'm a mathematician. Yeah, so basically you can attack anything in only this radius of this particular ship. Now, so it encourages people to spread out their ships as much as possible so that they can get as wide a range as possible. So, yeah, I figured that'd be an interesting variation. And then, yeah, attack radius 0 basically means you can only attack other boards whose locations are so based on your position of the ships, that's the radius that you're allowed to attack another ship or even attempt to attack. And yeah, the radius 0 just basically means you can only attack a ship if somebody else's ship is placed right on top of you. So yeah. Now the thing with the radius is that if you run out of squares to attack and not all the ships are sunk, then the winner is whoever has the fewest hits on their ship. So, yeah. Some versions had cards, some didn't. Well, what did the cards do? Could be interesting. Okay. Let's focus on the placing of the ships. So I'm going to tag myself as player 1. Remove all the tags of player 2, 3, and 4. We're going to focus exclusively on player 1. Right. Player 1's over here. Derp. Okay. So you have free reign to place whatever you want, and you have a little tiny armor stand to indicate where you need to be. So when you're actually placing the ships, we gotta do that. And let's see. So in begin round, so board games, Battleship, run, set block, there, redstone block. That's basically the thing that'll actually allow us to use the tokens and use the interactions and whatever else. Now before we do that, we need to calculate how many players we have. 2012. Okay. Calculate number of players. And then execute unless score be temp, be number of players. So you need to have 2 or more players. Title at A. Battleship, basically yell at the players. Hey, you don't have enough players. Okay, not enough players. Ah! Emergency! Color red! Minecraft is very mad at you. I'm very mad at you. because you didn't invite enough friends. Okay. So calculate number of players, and from there, we begin. Okay, so what does the ship's place thing do? So going through here, this allows you to actually do the right-clicking using the token. Right-clicking, right-clicking. This is going to do how many ships you have. Right. Because we need to detect when everybody finishes placing their ships. So, yeah. Finish setup. Otherwise it'll yell. So if it's your turn, then we do that. And honestly, you know what? Let's not do that. This is a silly place. So you start game, use token. So this is ships placed.mc function. Here's what we should do. We should have that be a token thing. Okay, so we're gonna do tag it as remove your turn, tag it as add ships placed. And then we do this. Haha. Okay. So we do that. Basically, we detect how many players have placed their ships. And we do clear at S. And then we do, so we can remove that. And then if that's the case, we do that, finish setup. And we can clear that out. Okay, cool. Nope. There we go. Give you glowing and remind you that you need to place ships. Okay. What we also should do is execute an if items entity at s container.star warped fungus on a stick custom data ship. Then run, return run. Basically yell at the player that, hey, you need to actually place your ships. You still have ships to place. There we go. Color is red. Bold is true. Shout it out. Okay. So assuming you did successfully place that ship, or you're kind of just marking the fact that you're done. You have placed all of the ships. Ow. That was a mistake. Ow. Scratched at the back of my head and scratched off something. It hurts like heck. Okay. So we remove your turn. So it's no longer your turn. Mark the fact that you've placed the ships. And clear the inventory. Okay, cool. And then at the bottom here, we do the cleanup. Remove B ships place. Okay, cool. Cool. That should be sufficient. Okay, we've now placed the ships. Well, we have the mechanism to do so. Okay. We need to figure out how to do that. So, let's see, use token. Okay, let's delete these. Okay, so use token. So if you're holding a ship, place a ship there. If you're not holding a ship, then you're holding a token and do whatever the token says to do. Let's do that first. First up, we do unless entity at s tag equals player. We do a classic thing where we yell at the player for doing an illegal token move. Okay. Uh, Okay, we should also stack this up here. Yeah. Okay, so execute as at a predicate equals battleship in dimension tag equals player scores equals B use token equals 1 or more, basically indicating that you have right-clicked a token or a ship or something. Okay, so first shout you're not a player, and if it's not your turn, say it's not your turn. And then if you're holding, so then if you're not holding an item, then unless items entity at S weapon.main hand whipped fungus on a stick, then you're not holding anything. And then if unless entity at E, so this is detecting does this entity exist, tag equals add to this, you didn't choose a location. Okay, cool. And then up here we do scoreboard player set at S, B use token 0. Okay, let's see. So what we do want to do is the whole token of we placed everything, that needs to be activatable whenever, with no regard for location. So we should detect that. If items entity at S weapon.main hand, if you have a whipped fungus, big chungus on a stick, custom model data. Okay, this has been goofy for some reason. I need to figure out a way to do this. Okay, so we're looking for 1911. Now, execute if items entity at S weapon.main hand. Let's do this. Execute if items entity at S weapon.main hand. Am I holding, in this case, a paper with custom model data equal to 1911? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes. Okay, cool. 1911. Sweet. Placed all ships. Okay. Then run return run function Battleship the start game, and that's where we do the ships placed. There we go. Otherwise, everything else is going to be location specific. So you better right click the location. So let's see. So, so if we did 1912, then that's to cancel. So that's remove this ship. Remove ship. Okay. And then this is rotate ship. Rotate specifically this ship. Okay, that's 1910, right? Nope. That's this guy. Yep, 1910. Okay, rotate ship. Cool. Cool. Okay, so now we have placed all the ships, remove this particular ship, rotate this particular ship. and then otherwise you're holding an actual ship. So this is custom data, ship 1B, run function, battleship, the start game, place ship. Okay, we should call this all ships placed. Okay, there we go. We have the basic building blocks to actually using a token, and then from there we got to split up the task. So we have all ships placed, place ship, we have rotate ship, and we need a remove ship. Okay, so this is also a good time to maybe give the player the actual ship tokens. Execute as a battleship in dimension, tag equals player. Alright, give at S a warped fungus on a stick. Okay. Let's see. Do we have the resource pack enabled? Or do we have the resource pack language file? Because that's going to be important to make this work. Indeed we don't. Okay. Item.ship.patrol. Place a patrol. Okay. So the different ships are patrol, battleship, destroyer, we have a submarine, I'm going to pop this over here just so I can remember what these are called. So we have patrol, we have submarine, which is supposed to look like a sandwich, destroyer. Let's see. Okay. Oh, there we go. Place a submarine, place a destroyer, place a battleship, and a carrier. There we go. It should be item.ship.submarine. Okay. Cool. So let's see. Let's create a /give command. This could be advanced, so we're going to use MC Stacker. So, what's this going to have? We need a /give. I need to /give a warped fungus. Warped fungus on a stick. Okay. So this is going to have custom data ship 1B. This is going to be patrol 1B. Custom model data is going to be 1901, I'm pretty sure. Nope. I need to /give one of those. Yep, that's patrol. Okay. 1901, ship, and it's a patrol. Let's see. And then we need an item name, which is going to be translate item.ship.patrol. So this should give me a... Oh, let's reload the textures. See if this works. And kablam. Place a patrol. Nice. Okay, cool. So that is the That's the patrol. I should space that out. Okay. Next up is the submarine. Well, actually, we need to copy this command here and plop it into begin round. Give that S. There we go. Okay. And then give you a submarine. 1902. This is a submarine. 1903, 1904, and 1905. We have submarine, destroyer, battleship, and carrier. Alright. There's the destroyer, submarine, yada yada. Okay, cool. And then from there, we need to give the player actual tokens to be able to make use of the different mechanics. So let's do item.action.erase ship. This is not going to have that custom model data. Instead, it's going to be number 1912, I'm pretty sure. Right? Let's make sure. Use token. So 1911 is, 1912 is remove this ship. Okay. And then we have rotate ship. And then we have place ship. Place all the ships. Confirm that they've all been placed. Yep, place ship. Okay, cool. And that should be sufficient. So we should do that, and we also need to run the function Battleship the start game slash place boards is what that's called. There we go. So that activates the tokens, it'll place the boards, and then give you all the different tokens that you need. And then we might as well do title at A, battleship in dimension, title, text, place your ships, just to confirm that everything is all good to go. Okay, and it's green, that's how you know it's good. It's a good thing. Place your ships. Yep. Cool. Okay. So that should be it there. We can remove that. Nope, that's 3D printer. Okay. So we have the mechanics to confirm all the ships have been placed. Okay, so now we gotta actually, I've been procrastinating on this. We gotta actually figure out how to place a ship and rotate it. And then also remove it. Let's place the ships first. So this is going to be execute if items entity at s weapon.mainhand warped fungus on a stick. So if it is a patrol ship, let's start with the simplest. So let's say you are holding a patrol ship. So what should happen? I'm going to give myself one, actually. Warped fungus on a stick. Yep. Okay. Place a patrol. So let's say I go to F7. Wait, what? Yeah. Let's do E3, and I decide I want to place a ship right here. So, what should happen? So, we need to have a default rotation. Well, except that default rotation is going to be based on... That default rotation is going to be, I think, based on the... This way south. Let's just default to north. Every player is going to have a different default rotation, but that's fine because you can rotate the ship however you please. Okay. So, we're going to do summon item display. Let's do execute at E. Predicate equals battleship in dimension. Tag equals add to this. Run summon item display. So I'm going to tag this as add to this. And then we're going to do execute at U. Summon. I want an item display. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we have to pull off to make this work. Now already we do have a slight issue in that the ships are sideways, which is gonna pose a bit of a problem. So, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. So, let's do execute as at E, type equals item display, run. Execute at S, rotated as at S, run TP at S, same location but rotated by 90 degrees. And then we need to figure out how to shift these, and specifically shift them so that they are so the location is centered at this block, but the ship looks like it's actually extending out that far. So let's focus on the carrier first because it's going to be the... So here we use at N, which is really nice. Okay, so we want to scoot. Actually, we want to scoot to minus 15.5. And let's do 58 and 3.5. Let's see what this does. Okay. Floating a little too high up. Actually, we want it to be at exactly floor level. And then just shift the model. Okay. Precisely at that location. And then we need to adjust the model. So, how are we going to do the model adjustment? Well, we're going to change this to be summon item display. So, with the carrier, we need to do a bit of scaling. And then also we need to do some rotation. So let's see. 3D rotation simulator converter. So I'm converting from input degrees to output degrees. I want to rotate along the y-axis by 90 degrees. What does that translate to in terms of quaternions? 0.7071. Okay. 0.7071, 0.7071. Okay. So we got to do that, and let's try this for now. Oh, we don't want to copy everything. We just want to copy this. There we go. Data merge entity at N, type equals item display. Okay. Ooh. Hey! We got a rotation right for the first time! It didn't roll over sideways or upside down or whatever nonsense. Holy smokes, this actually works. We got it right. Am I becoming an expert at quaternions? That's a scary thought. Anyway. Okay. Cool. Nope. It's still a little too far in the ground. Let's try 0.5. Yeah. Because it's going to completely flood your entire grid, but that's fine. Okay. Which way is this facing? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now I can't see which way it's facing? Really? Nope. I want hitboxes. Okay, it's facing that way. So ideally... Nope. Got 0. Let's shift it over like that. Modes for chess. Ooh. Okay, that could be interesting. So, I mean... So, what different mode... So, you have basic, complicated cards, etc. The real question is basically, what should those different modes do? Because I'm sure I can figure out some way to actually implement them. It's just a question of what to actually do. Okay. Here we go. We did it. Okay. So we got that. We're going to tags, player ships. We can do carrier, because that's what that is. Yeah, this is a carrier that we're dealing with. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, we need more music. More! How about Norse mythology? Why not? Basic is the two-ship battling. Complicated includes these new rules with radiuses and demographics. Cards include the cards I mentioned that I have no clue what they truly are. Okay, that could be interesting. Okay, what if we tried... Get to a... Holy smokes, this actually works. And it's... Is it still lined up? Holy moly. This actually works. Okay. Well, that's amazing. Could not have asked for better. Holy smokes. Wow, okay. Whew. Lovely. Okay. Now what we gotta figure out is... let's actually plop this into a different folder. Place ships. Okay, so this is exclusively for the carrier. Okay. Okay, so we do that. Oh, phone's almost dead. Okay. Dinner time. Have fun. Battling unpredictable coding errors. Unfortunately, they are very predictable. They are because they are caused by me most of the time. Well, sometimes they're not. So, and that's what makes it interesting. That's why I enjoy coding in Minecraft, because sometimes the reason you can't do something is because it's impossible. Which is kind of cool. Okay. This should be executing as the player. Okay. So we should tag this as new ship. Okay. So So the real question is, how do you link this? Like, how do you link the different spaces to a ship? I mean, I want to be able to just click any square that's occupied by that ship and rotate it. How to do that? So, let's see. First off, we need to import. Do we import coordinates? No, we don't. What we do, we actually make use of the boat ID. Boat ID. Okay. Well, the player set at E, predicate equals Battleship in dimension. Tag equals add to this. Be boat ID, set it to 5. I just realized an issue. This is the point where we would so we need to verify that you're actually placing the ship in you're actually going to be properly placing the ship. How to do that? Do we just do the verification at the very end? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what needs to be done. Yeah. At the very end, that's where we make sure the boats don't intersect with each other, and we make sure that all is well. Verify that no ships collide or go outside the grid. Okay. So we do that. And we can use the boat ID to track if any ships collide with each other. I think. Can we? This is going to be tricky. Something to think about while I take a quick bathroom break. And it's amazing what happens when you remove all the toxins from your system. because I just thought of how to do this. It's going to be the dumbest, most brute force way that you have ever seen, but it's going to work. So what we're going to do is we're literally going to, when you place the ship, if it's going to be placed in a bad spot, it's going to be declared to be invalid. So, let's see. Execute if entity at Battleship dimension okay. Player 1 ships. Tag equals invalid. Run return run. And specifically yell at player 1. Is in an invalid position. Yep. So it'll let you place whatever you want until the end. So, okay, so if entity at as tag equals player 1, run tag at E, battleship in dimension, tag equals new ship, add player 1 ships. There we go. 2, 3, 4. Nope. There we go. Okay. So that's how we tag which ships belong to what. And then if we have an invalid ship, then ooh. We should mark when a ship is invalid. And then you can remove the invalidness by either removing the ship or rotating the ship, potentially. That'll be interesting. Okay. Actually, I think I thought of even a smarter idea. What if? So we do still need to be able to track if your ship is invalid. So let's see. Okay, so here's the idea. We're gonna execute as at. Oh, we gotta get the rotate. No, we don't actually. Predicate equals battleship in dimension. Tag equals new ship. So we're basically going to do execute at S, rotate it as at S, run. We're going to summon a bunch of armor stands. So we're going to do it like this. Okay. So let's make sure this actually works. So execute as at E at N, type equals armor stand. Not armor stand, item display. I want to run. Yep, okay. Excellent. Okay, and these armor stands are what's going to determine whether or not the ship is even valid. So let's see. These need to be tagged as so tags is going to be validator, and it'll also be tagged at we want no gravity, and I think that's really all we care about because they're going to be deleted almost immediately. Okay. So I'm going to do that. When we place a ship, we want to make sure that you're not trying to place one ship directly on top of another, because that's going to confuse the system that rotates the ship. Although, yeah, it's going to confuse the system. It's going to rotate every ship that's intersecting with that square. And if you click remove, it'll remove all the ships in that square. And you know what? If you as the player decide to do that, it might be too difficult to actually come up with a way to stop that. So we're just going to do it that way. We're going to do it where if you have two squares placed on the same grid plot and you hit remove on that corner, it'll remove both ships. And if you don't like that, tough. You did it to yourself. Too bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 different things. And then we're gonna do. Okay, so we should do function battleship z start game. Place ships, carrier. Yep. Okay. Okay, we need to do so for patrol. We have the patrol, the submarine. We have the destroyer. We have the battleship, and we have the carrier. Alright. Cool. Done. And then this needs to be copied for player 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So if anything there is invalid, then one or more of your ships is in an invalid position. Okay. Cool. So that's going to be verified. So verification is going to take place as soon as you place it, but it's not going to remove your ship because you might want to place it on an edge, and the default direction would just stick out of the board. So then you'd rotate it into position. Presumably. That's the hope. Okay. So then we're going to do execute. Let's do this. Let's do things the smart way. Add enough space. Dummy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a maximum of 16 characters for a name of a scoreboard. So we're gonna do execute store result score the temp enough space run execute as add E, predicate equals battleship in dimension. Actually, let's just do this first. Tag equals validator. We're gonna do run tag at n, predicate equals Battleship in dimension, type equals interaction, distance equals ... 0.1. And then we'll do run tag at already doing tag add carrier. Okay. So then if we have enough, let's see, we're gonna have enough space if entity at E Battleship in dimension tag equals carrier, type equals interaction. Okay, and then if score the temp enough space is less than 4, then run tag at E, whatever your new ship is invalid. You have an invalid ship. You are violating the law. Okay. All ships placed. Yep, invalid. Cool. So if you don't have enough space, then it's an invalid ship. And if it intersects with any other ship, it's also going to be invalid. So let's see. Do we need to do anything else with this? No, basically just the validators. Okay. And then we also do, so we can clean that up. Actually, here's a smart idea. So we do that, and then if that happens to be more than 1, or 1 or more, then it's also invalid. Haha. So, yeah. Because no one space should be tagged as both being a carrier and a battleship. Okay. So I think that's how we do the rest of this. Check for battleship, check for destroyer, check for submarine, and check for patrol. Make sure we're not intersecting with any other ship. So, check on board, check if intersects another ship. Okay, and then we do scoreboard, objectives, remove enough space. Okay. Oh, and then we also need to do kill at E, predicate equals battleship in dimension, tag equals validator. There we go. Okay, so let's go through the code, make sure this makes sense. So you right click with the carrier, say I want to place a carrier here. So it'll go, okay, cool. It summons the thing. Oh, I need to do the custom model display. This is going to be a paper. Custom model data 1905, I believe. Is it? Let's make sure. 1905. Yep, that's a carrier. Alright. Okay, we need to copy that as well. There we go. So now it's a proper carrier. It'll get tagged as being whoever's ships. And then... oh, we need to do... remove new ship. remove new ship. That's basically the cleanup. So we're checking that the new ship is going to be tagged based on whichever player it belongs to, and then it verifies that you have enough space. This needs to have a space here. There we go. Okay, and we might as well just do 0, because why not? Then check that everything's on the board. So at each of the validators, we verify that there is an interaction near you, which means there is a good space near you. Add that tag to be the carrier. And then, yeah, that verifies if there's enough space. Let's swap that. There we go. And then if there is not enough space, it's invalid. Let's actually do it this way. Unless the score is 5 or more. There we go. Okay. Now check to see if it intersects another ship. So it checks to see, is there anything that's tagged as carrier and battleship, carrier and destroyer, carrier and submarine, or carrier and patrol. If any of those are true, it's going to be marked, that ship is going to be marked as invalid. But that's fine. It's not going to do anything about it, because it might just be doing that on accident, simply because you haven't rotated it properly. Which means the rotation system basically needs to do this whole mechanism again. Let's see. You know what should be done? We just have a function that validates a ship. Validate ship. And it's going to execute as the ship. Okay. So first, tag remove invalid. Assume it is valid. Then we do this. Okay. Okay, so we need to actually place. This may have made things more complicated. Although, so this covers the 4 different cases of intersecting. Oh, but so in that case we need to consider all the possible ways that a pair of things can intersect. Battleship and destroyer, battleship and submarine, and then battleship and patrol. And then this one's going to be destroyer and submarine. And destroyer and patrol. And then submarine and patrol. There we go. Cool. Okay. So that means all of this nonsense can go away. We execute as the new ship. Run function battleship the start game, verify ship, and then remove the new ship. Okay. No, it's not that. It's validate, not verify. Okay. Validate ship. Okay. Cool. So then, so this is executing as the ship. That means we can remove all of this. There we go. Okay, so we need to do execute if entity at s tag equals carrier. Run this. Okay. Right, so that's the 5 there. Then we have Battleship, which is just 4. And then we do, copy these 3 for the destroyer and submarine. Destroyer. This one's going to be submarine. Badink, badink, and badink. And lastly, the patrol. Okay. Cool. So those are the 5 different types of ship. And then check that we're on the board. So if we have a carrier, yeah, okay. So we need to do some like preliminary cleanup before we actually dig into anything here. Before we dig into how to actually deal with the ship. Type equals interaction, tag equals carrier. We need to remove carrier, remove battleship. Basically, remove all the specific boat tags, because we're going to be reapplying them in this verification process. That's patrol. Alright, and submarine. Okay. Cool. So then, add each validator, look at the interaction, add carrier. If we're dealing with the battleship, add the tag battleship. Actually, haha, I have a better idea. Don't do... That is actually going to be helpful for later. Okay. Because that'll be helpful for figuring out what we're rotating. Add carrier, add battleship, add destroyer, and then add submarine, patrol, and patrol. Okay. And then we do at the validator, add enough space. So then we're just tagging enough space. So then if it's a carrier, then we tag the ship. Okay. And if it's a battleship, then tag it as invalid. And then we need 3, 3, 2. Well, this one's going to be destroyer, submarine, and patrol. Alright. So this verifies that you're actually on the board. And then that does this. Okay. We don't want to do that. Yeah. Okay. Everything else seems to be good to go. Okay. Cool. So let's see. One or more of your ships is in invalid position, so all's good there. Okay. I think we have a coherent system. It's at least something that's testable. Possibly even detestable. Okay. Let's see if we can make a valid ship. I don't place entity at S. Main hand with air. Okay. So let's reload and see if we can do something. Okay. So what I would like... So let's go into the begin round. And grab ourselves a carrier. Grab ourselves a career. As a kid, that's what I thought it was. It was a career. I always thought it was really funny when my dad and I would play Battleship, and I'd say, "I sank a career, haha." Not a player. Okay. Okay. I am a player. I would like to place this ship here. Your turn. I would like to place a ship here. Hey, nice. Okay. Cool. Execute if entity at E tag equals invalid. Ooh, yay. Okay. Display. Let's try this. Wabam. Failed? Why did it fail? That should have succeeded. It is a carrier. Let's see. Validate ship. What appears to be a problem? Okay. Oh. I think I see what happened. In dimension, tag equals enough space. Remove enough space. Wait, what? Wait, what? What is happening? Did this just straight up not activate? Execute as at n. Type equals item display. Not function. Battleship. Z start game. Oh, there's an error in the code. Line 41. Let's see what we got. In here. Ah, I see. Matches. There we go. Okay, see if that does the trick. Okay. Well, that would certainly do it. Up, still invalid. Okay, line 50. Ah, we need matches. Matches. Things you should not be playing with. Matches. Okay. There we go. Reload. And no chats. Okay. Come on. We got nice dramatic music for this. This is cool. Okay. So this should be valid. That is correct. It is in fact valid. Now how about this? Yes! Booyah! It's broken! Haha! And it can detect the fact that it's broken. Booyah! Okay. Sweet. So, yay. We can now detect that this ship is invalid. Can it detect this ship? It does. Yo. Okay. Okay, this is cool. Yay! It works! It works! Yay! Okay. Well, that's a big step. That's a pretty big deal. Okay. We can now verify that a ship is in the proper location. So I think the next step would be to figure out how to rotate ships, and actually we should do the rest of these ships. So it'll be somewhat similar to the carrier, but it's going to be, of course, slightly different. Battleship. Okay. So this is going to be tagged as Battleship. Okay, we got about 20 minutes left in our stream, so let's do a 11 minutes. That's not much time. What's this? Ah, yeah. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Battle and Tumble. Okay. So we're gonna play this, and then we're gonna pause that, and then we're gonna add that to the play queue. See if that does the trick. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so we now have the system to validate a ship. So we can kill that. We already did that. Did that. Okay. Ooh, we need to go into carrier and actually remove the item from your inventory. Okay. So this is a battleship. It's going to have custom model data 1904. And then let's see if we can actually, let's see if the same exact code works. Okay. Data merge, entity at n, type equals item, display. Okay, see if this works. Whoop. Okay. And then this needs to teleport to negative 9.5 and 3.5. TP at n, type equals item, display. Negative 9.5, 57, 3.5. Aha. Okay. we have an issue, which can be resolved by just scoot. There we go. Done. That was easy. Okay. Cool. It's fun. Fun things happen when you already have the code for stuff. Okay. Now, the destroyer. This time the scale is going to be 111. And it needs to be placed at -4.5. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay, that's 1904. This one needs to be 1903. Okay, 1903. Destroyer. Okay, and then translation here needs to be 1.0, scale 111. Okay, cool. So that's that. And then submarine's going to be basically the exact same thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's going to be literally the same thing. And it needs to teleport to 0.5. Yep, that's a submarine. Okay, and lastly, the patrol boat. This is patrol. And that's going to be 1901. Oh, submarine needs to be 1902. Pop, there we go. Okay, 1901. This is tagged as patrol. And now we gotta apply this and apply this. 4.5. Okay, 0F. There we go. Nice. Okay, cool. Okay. I think that... So, that's that. That's basically all the ships. We now have mechanisms to place all the different ships. So now, let's see. And we have the mechanisms to actually place those ships in. So now we need to remove a ship and rotate the ship. Get rotated. Okay. Quick bathroom break, and then we'll get into that. Let's see if we can figure out how to actually do this. So let's verify this. make sure it all works. So the biggest challenge with rotating and removing the ship is the ships take up multiple spaces. So let's verify that we can actually place the ships first. Let's see. I need to go into begin round. Okay. Give me a patrol. Give me a submarine. A destroyer. Give me a battleship. And give me a carrier. Okay. So, I want to place a battleship here. Okay? And this should be valid. If entity and E, tag equals invalid. Should be valid. Okay, cool. I want to place a destroyer here. Invalid. Cool. I want to place a patrol boat here. Also invalid. Submarine. Still valid. Ooh, this is where we can do the test in the intersection. Okay, so... let's see. Okay. Let's do the intersection part. So give me a battleship and a carrier. So both of these need to be in valid positions themselves, but just placed on top of each other. Ooh. That's a problem. I see. Well, this is an unfortunate situation. Okay. Let's see. I think the issue is this validation here. Huh. What if we didn't do this? We'll have to figure out a different way to do that. Because it seems to be breaking this mechanism here. Yep. It's breaking the mechanism that detects intersections. Actually, here's an idea. Okay, so first of all, this needs to be replaced with an @s. Oh, whoop. Shouldn't have modified that. Derp. That's the wrong thing to be modifying. I need to be modifying this. There we go. Okay. We need to figure out a different way to do this verification. And I think we can do the actual intersection when we actually verify that all the ships are placed. So this will detect if you're running off the board. Yeah. That'll detect if you're running off the board. But this is the point where we need to actually lock in the ships. And in order to do that, we need to make sure they don't intersect with each other. So let's do that here. Okay. So we're going to do as at E. Battleship. In dimension. Okay. So we're going to need to do... Okay, so we're basically going to copy this. And instead of doing at S, we need to do as at E. Type equals item, display. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So when we actually verify that all the ships have been placed, that's where we dig into this, and that's where we verify that nothing's collided with each other. And let's do... Oh, we need to actually personalize these armor stands too. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the point is we can go into here, and now we don't need to do this, and we don't even need to do this. Yep. That's all we need to do. That tags it as invalid if it's running off the board. And then we just copy this. We'll need to figure out some way to do that. Yeah. Okay. And then we do... Okay, so then we gotta do this. Place that instead over here to make sure that nothing's collided. Okay. Okay, cool. And then up here, we do that. Okay. At which point, if it's invalid, we basically scrap all of this work and yell at the player. Yep, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so I think this does the trick. Yeah. Okay, so that means validator battleship. Nope. And this is validator carrier. And then at validator carrier, we can just do this. Haha. There we go. Actually, I thought of something even smarter. This is blowing my mind. Okay, we still use the global tag of validator, but then we detect if any of these armor stands intersect or are in the same location as each other. okay. How do we do this? Okay. Okay. We do destroyer. I'm trying to figure out how to do this because the Minecraft is finicky when it comes to detecting if two things are in the same place and making sure it's not itself. Because if you just say like for each for each thing like see if there's another thing within like a 0.1 block radius, the problem is it's gonna just keep detecting itself. I think I know of a way I think I have a way to fix this though. Let's try this. So we go here, add enough space, and then we do this. So we do execute as add e predicate equals battleship in dimension up tag equals validator. Then we do run execute at s if entity run execute store result score at s enough space run execute at s. Okay. Okay. And then verify if entity at e battleship in dimension tag equals validator distance equals 0.1. So what that's going to do is at each validator at its location, it will check how many other validators are in a 0.1 block radius of it and store that in the score enough space. And then we do execute if okay, we need to remove okay. Let's see. So we do none placed outside the grid. Look for intersections. So then we move invalid. And we go blah, 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 blah. Check for enough space. And then if and execute if entity at battleship in dimension tag equals validator scores equals enough space matches 2 or more. So it's this distance of 0.1 blocks is always going to capture itself because it is its own radius. But if there's another in its radius, then there's a problem. At which point we do scoreboard players then all the ships are invalid. That's how this is going to work. So this, So this is actually great because we can determine, are they outside the board or do they intersect each other? Okay, let's do this. So outside the board, and then here, oh, not scoreboard set. We want tag at E. Tag equals player ships. Add invalid. All the ships are invalid. That's how this is going to work. And then it'll yell at you that, hey, some of your ships intersect each other. Maybe don't do that. Okay, and this is 2 or more of your ships intersect. Sweet. Okay, so now it'll do that, and okay, so we should do this, and this, and this, and this, and then we do if entity at E, predicate equals battleship in dimension, tag equals player ships, tag equals invalid, run return, run kill at E, battleship in dimension, tag equals validator. There we go, clean up our mess a little. And we also want to remove the scoreboard. There we go. Okay. Let's see. So check that they're placed outside, if they're placed outside the grid. Then look for intersections. So we check the radius of the ships. And then we do check if there's, so this is enough space. If any of these armor stands will intersect, are in the same position as each other, then it will yell at you. And then they're all invalid. Okay. And then return run, kill at E, tag equals validator. So now, assuming that we pass all of that, then we can execute this, which basically locks in the position and basically does, that's basically locked and loaded. Okay, cool. Okay, so before we do that, one last thing that we really should do is localize it to the individual players. Something I only now thought to do. Everything here should be fine because this doesn't depend on which player is placing it. This one very much does. Yeah. Yeah, because this is executing as every single patrol across the entire game, which is not what we're looking for. Also, we do want that. Let's see. Okay, so kill all the validators. Tag at E. Tag equals invalid. Remove invalid. Okay, so instead of player ships, they should be relevant ships. So if entity at S, tag equals player 1, run tag at E, then we do this. Player 1 ships will be add relevant ships. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then based on that, we need to check, we need to add on relevant ships. Staple that onto these conditionals here. Ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding. There we go. And there we go. And then as the validator, that's fine. That's fine. Relevant ships. Okay. Cool. And then yell at the player. Although we can just do this actually. Remove that. Tell at S. And then ignore all that. There we go. So instead of player ships, we want relevant ships. We also want to remove all the relevant. Battleship in dimension. Tag equals relevant ships. There we go. And over here, we want to also remove that tag. That's going to get annoying. There we go. So if there are any invalid relevant ships, then yell at the player, and then remove the invalid tag. Actually, let's do the invalid tag is what's actually going to throw everything off. So relevant ships, tag equals invalid, remove invalid. Okay. So this is now basically saying locked and loaded. And we might as well do a title at S, title. All right, here we go. Color should be aqua. Bold is true. All right. Cool. Okay. Actually, keep that. Yep. Ships locked in. How's that? There we go. Make sure this looks good. Fine. Text. There we go. Thought I was forgetting something. Okay. So that should be that. Cool. One or more of your ships outside the board. Okay. Nice. And now... Okay. So I think we have everything settled. Okay. Let's see. Let's reload and see if we can actually make this happen. Oh. Okay, we got an error. Line 11. Line 11. Remove relevant ships. Okay. try this. And alright, we're Gucci. Now, Battleship, the start game, all ships placed. Aha! Yes! 2 more of your ships intersect! Yes! Booyah! Okay. Sweet. It can detect that 2 things are intersecting. Okay. Now, I would like to do that. Now give me a carrier. There we go. That should be in a valid position. Yes! It needs to kill that, but yes. Okay. Needs to remove all the validators. But other than that, it is working splendidly. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Okay. Suppose... Okay. Give me a carrier. Give me a battleship. Give me a... Let's do the full gambit. Got a destroyer, submarine, and a patrol. There we go. The 5 ships. Okay, so unfortunately, we still can't quite place them. Okay. Which one was that? That was a destroyer. Okay. So let's not derp this up. Okay. So, patrol, submarine, destroyer, battleship, carrier. And yes! Okay. Sweet. Okay. That means we're good. Okay. We have the ability to place ships now. Excellent. So that means all that's left to do is we just need to do rotation and removing. So, yay. That's pretty good. Uh-oh. Don't want to miss this. Okay. Good. It's a good thing we have multiple fake-out endings like that. Sometimes I end up using all those different fake-outs. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I should set spawn. Alright. Thank y'all for watching. And I will see y'all later. Bye. Later.